It's the inspirational power hour.
Hey guys, it's the Inspirational Power Hour. And listen, I am super incredibly excited and honored to have a legend hanging out. This gentleman, he needs no introduction, but of course, we know him. He has been in the gospel music industry for I think 40 plus years. And the thing that I absolutely love about him is the fact that he never stops. I think he keeps reinventing himself and keeps expanding and growing. And today we're here to talk about a brand new project. Guys, look who it is, none other than the Fred Hammond. How are you, sir?
Good, good. How you feeling, man?
I'm good. I'm good. Listen, super excited to have you hanging out and talking about this new project that you have, Fred, Surviving Williams. Now, you got to tell us, like I said, you always have something cooking to me, I think, right?
Always.
Always, always. So this new project, you got to tell us all about this. This is, I think you called it like a virtual playhouse.
Yeah. People have not understood my passion has been for film for, man, since the late 80s, 90s,
Right.
as it became easier to access. I liked it. A lot of people say, well, they think that this is a kind of a Johnny come lately thing to do. But gospel music have not put us in a position to be able to make film. The industry itself has not put us in a position. And I was one of the leading advocates back in the 80s and 90s
Mm-hmm.
to shoot music videos,
Mm-hmm.
that would be not just us singing, but a storyline. And
Absolutely.
gospel music industry just was like, no, just we'll do live videos and that's about it. And they kind of put us in a box.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, if you notice, our secular counterparts, they had stories. Look at Michael Jackson doing sagas, and you saw which way to go. And the best thing that I knew is the best way to tell people the reason why we sing is to show the stories. Let
Right.
us get creative, but it just didn't happen. And if you go back to my earliest album, which is On the Winning Side with Commission, right before uh, Perilous Times, there is a shootout in a schoolyard, and you hear us acting it out. This, that. I said, well, if I can't do it on the film, maybe they'll see it. And they say, yeah, let's put that out. But it never happened.
Mm.
So I've been really just studying film since then. In college, I took a filmmaking class. It was harder then because you didn't have computers. So, but I enjoyed it, studying how to process the film and make it and cut it and direct it. And even when I was little, I used to want to put on shows in the neighborhood, like right after I saw the Little Rascals, to a big old, you know,
Right. Right. Right.
that's just me. But now that the record industry has changed and I've transitioned, I had to transition, and I transitioned in time, and I wanted to leave before I was asked to go.
Mm.
So I wanted to leave on my terms. But I started, doing films and things and trying to get everything going, you know, uh, 20 something years ago. And
Right.
so I got one script looked at and approved. It was called The Gospel, featured starring Idris Elba, and and I executive produced that when I brought it to the company, and they Rainforest greenlit it. Holly Carter, she was the agent on it. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. But when I left the film industry, when I left the record industry, I had been there since '85 all the way up to 2017, and I
Mm.
didn't want to be a part of a machine that could tell me how to write or how to what I could put in there and couldn't. And I taken a lot of taking a lot of meetings to say, hey man, listen, I'm Fred Hammond, y'all should just,
Right.
understand. And they, by the time they finish, oh yeah, we'll take your story and we're gonna do this. And then I don't see it like that. I see it like this. I see in a room of people just talking. And it wasn't the direction I knew God was going for. So I had to go independent.
Yeah.
And so Surviving Williams is one of my stories. The choir is one of my stories. And I dream content. People don't know I wake up and dream movies.
Mm.
And I'll get out of there and I'll dictate it. I'll type down the name of it and look at it and see what it means. So a year and a half ago, I came up with this uh, episode called "Surviving Williams" of a loving husband and a loving wife. They churchgoers, but they're just normal people. They're not stars or you know
Mm-hmm.
they're just normal people. And he has a huge family. He has a huge. I'm from the generation where you could have 19 kids in one family,
Mm-hmm.
and the mother and the father.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this family has about 10 of us, and her family, my stage wife's family, is about 6 of them, and we're in the pandemic like everybody else. We have a we had a thriving business, and it was a hair salon boutique with about 15 stations and a barber shop and gym shoe company all on the side. I mean, we were
Right.
doing it, and then the pandemic, and now we had to shut it down and figure life out. you know. And my brothers and sisters, we're all, just trying to figure it out. We're trying to love God through it. And my first episode was called An Xmas Carol. It was a Christmas show
Mm.
that played right after Christmas. And my character, Sam, ended up sick with COVID
Mm.
at the very end of that show. So we pick up the second show with him in the hospital fighting for his life. So I decided I didn't want to do that episode at first because I wanted to do an episode that was funny. I wanted to keep this very funny and very light,
Right.
comical, but I just felt the urging of the Holy Ghost not to do it that way. He told me to talk to the people about COVID and not just the surface stuff. Let's talk about things that families go through that nobody talks about. You can't go see your family member, and now you all are trying to figure out what life means. You know, when my mom died, um, I just remember being able to go see her
Mm-hmm.
the last year of her life in a nursing home around the corner. I could just pop in and sit down, and we could just talk or be around each other to the very last second I was there.
Mm.
Um, and it was devastating. But how devastating is it when you can't be there and that person is slipping away so fast?
Mm-hmm.
And when I wrote it with all my friends who died of COVID, people I knew who died of COVID, people I didn't know who died of it, 500,000 people in America, and just trying to show what their family is going through. So my family gets together and they're just trying to hang on, but they want to come and see me. And my character's he's fighting for his life in the hospital. He's trying to keep an upper lip. He's trying to look strong as he possibly can. And we're just going through. In the meantime, another family member of mine, a sister of ours, who was wayward, been out there on the road, R&B singer, you know, could have been something in her day. She's a little full of herself. She's
Mm-hmm.
irresponsible now. She loves me so much that she's willing to come home and face all the criticism.
Mm.
And now she's got to come home to a handful of why you here. You ain't been here before. What's your problem?
Mm-hmm.
So that's going on. Then my wife has now had to sit down and figure out, do she buy me burial clothes? What she gonna
Mm.
bury me in? And it's too much for her.
Yeah.
So it's a lot going on. And then there's music. Now I'm gonna show you the songs that we're about to sing in this one.
Yeah.
You're gonna see why these songs are sung now.
Mm. Mm. So this had to come from a personal experience, Fred, because I know you had your own bout with COVID last year that you shared with the public.
Yeah. Um,
Um, and so I'm pretty sure, even in all of the things that you were talking about that you wanted to show and that you wanted to portray in this visual project, a lot of that probably came from your own experience with it, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There is when you first, and see, I got it back in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're a bigger person, with some pre-existings. When you get that diagnosis, the first thing that grips you is fear.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember being around my family, when I finally got it, and just trying to keep it, to keep it together.
Yeah.
You know. And when I was self quarantined, I had a couple episodes where the panic started coming, and you start getting a little panic attack, like you're breathing. You start to notice it, like it's shorter. If you walk to a certain part of the house, you know, you kind of just you bent over. You're trying to
Yeah.
figure it out. God was gracious to me and my family, because my brothers had it at the same time. My
Wow.
staff, we all had it at the same time. We found out the person that brought it into to the camp, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do. It's just nothing you can do.
Yeah.
So it was a very, very interesting time. And the outpouring of love that people got me, because they were like, he could go. The beautiful thing about mine was it was rough for 3 to 4 days, but I had turned my health issues around um, about January.
Yeah.
I'd started turning my health issues around, and I think that was a big win that the Holy Ghost helped me do. And whereas my health in the past, my thyroid was shutting down on the commission tour, and I didn't know it.
Mm.
And we fixed that. We got that fixed, and then everything else started falling in place. So whereas for 11, 12 years, my vitals had been in the yellow and some in the red, and Fred, you got to get your A1C down. You got to get this, that. This time in September, when I got checked, everything was green. There
Mm.
was nothing to the left or right. Everything was right where it was supposed to be. A1C was down in the sixes, and this was going on in my blood pressure, and my LDLs and DLLs and all them other whatever else you got. It
Yeah.
was everything was green, and my doctor was so happy. Then COVID hit, and that's kind of what was described as, that's probably why you made it. Had you got it during that time, you probably wouldn't have made it.
Mm.
So it was that. And when I see people talking, I don't care if they're white, black, and they're on television, I have literally shed tears to watch people tell their story about their loved ones, during a time of racial unrest. And I could see a white person that I don't know what your affiliation is. And we were kind of divided and looking at people like, mm.
Mm-hmm.
But if you talked about COVID, I don't care if you look like you had on a red hat or a blue hat or whatever, and you were telling a sad story, man, I was gone.
Yeah.
I'd be like, because I knew that this was a different time. So I wanted to tell the people. I wanted to tell the people, and I want the people that's going to log on to let the people that went through it, like my families and other families, and you probably know a ton of people. We lost a ton of friends in New York and in Florida, Detroit, people younger than me. We wanted to tell them and their families, we didn't forget you.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't forget you.
Yeah.
Whatever's going to happen, I want to tell you a story, and I want to give you inspiration on what to think through, how to think things through. So,
Yeah.
and it's
Uh,
not all sad. There's funny stuff going on in there, but
definitely.
because people are trying to keep it together. But this one right here is a little bit more focused,
Yeah.
ministry wise. It's definitely ministry. Don't get it twisted. Now I got a family. Everybody ain't speaking and running over with the Holy Ghost in this show, like
Just like
like regular
everybody's
family.
family.
That's right.
Just like everybody's family.
Yeah.
So, can you tell us a little bit about the cast?
Yeah. I have a great cast. Starting with Rolanda Rochelle from at Row Girl on Instagram, of Country Wayne fame, the
Yeah.
Cougar. Everybody knows the Row as the fine Cougar.
Right.
And I saw her on Country Wayne, and she was strikingly, beautiful and older looking, and just you know, like, wow, this is something. I said, and I watched her act, and I started following her, just looking, And then I said, that's Sam's wife.
Mm.
Because I was looking at about 10 people to figure out who could Sam's wife be, you
Mhm.
know, who is Sam's wife, and it was her. I said, well, let me just reach out because I don't do DMs. I don't be, see somebody's picture and be like, sliding. I don't do all that because you never get my picture and be able to screenshot my junk and
Right.
be telling folks, look at Fred and they did me on this, but I kept it professional and I reached out and said, hey, enjoy you. What would you think about doing this project? And she reached back. She said, what y'all doing? And I told her, I said, this is what I'm doing. She said, I'm really starting to take my acting serious. I'm really trying to take it to another level. So, yeah, let's go, coach. Let's do it.
Awesome.
And it was so amenable and so nice. She's a good actor. And, man, she's got it together. The rest of my cast, I got Cantaloupe. Y'all remember Sister Cantaloupe, the comedian?
Yep.
Trina Jeffries.
Yep.
I brought her in, and she's been a blessing. She's an amazing talent. I also brought her in and gave her a producer title,
Awesome.
and she is a acting coach, one of my acting coaches. I tell her, go start to warm up this one and that one, go read with this one and that one, and she gives them some good direction. Um, and then by the time I get to them, I can give them the pieces the way I want to get to it. They're read, they're bred, and they're ready to go on their scene. Trina Jeffries, and then the rest is just a great cast from Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
Just word of mouth. So with crew, cast, and everything, it's 30 or 40 of us.
Yeah.
Working, in during this time. I brought two newcomers on for this scene. I needed somebody to play my son, but he needed to be able to sing. So I did a casting. I needed to play somebody to play Lena, the wayward sister.
Hmm.
So I did a casting and had people sing and I was gonna pick somebody and I ended up picking Cassie Roberts, Cassandra Roberts. People may know her from back in the day of Silver and Gold, Silver and she sang the lead on Silver and Gold with Kirk Franklin. I didn't
Gotcha.
know that. I didn't even pay any attention to it till they brought it to my attention. That's what that is. I'm like, oh, snap. Well, that word.
Yeah.
But she loves acting. She's dedicated. She's got a stunning look. She can play, and she played Lena to the T.
Mm.
You know, she brought her own magic to it. And then there was a young man that was kind of introduced to me before, and he was going to be in the first one maybe, but he ended up getting COVID the week that we were starting to shoot, and he was
Wow.
devastated. So then I get a picture or somebody playing a piano in my thing of him singing, and I said, "Wow, man, this that another." We reached out to him, and said, "Man, slot is still open," and so I ended up picking two new people, and I'll probably do it again for the next one.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to feature new talent, and
Yeah.
get them an opportunity.
Right. So let everybody know how they can check out Surviving Williams.
Surviving Williams, go to my real at real Fred H on Instagram at real Fred H. I'm horrible right now with the link, and somebody told me what the link was, but
I'll
at real,
post it.
would you please?
Yes.
But go to my real Fred. Follow me even on real Fred H because I'm putting out stuff every day this week, giving information, letting people see clips. People can go see clips of stuff that we're doing, and press the link in the bio. All you gotta do is hit the bio, hit that link, boom, and it'll take you right to the tickets. Tickets are $19. It's playing this Saturday night. So you ain't been to a good play in a while. Come on to my play.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's a little different to a degree, certain parts of it, but it's virtual, so we had to be different. It's recorded live in front of a limited studio audience, and they're responding to the stuff they're seeing on the camera. And we got to get creative with it. So
Absolutely.
I got to make 2 rooms, 6 rooms. So that it's a way to do that with technology, and so we're just doing it. And I can't wait to put this show on the road.
Yeah.
To kind of combine all the pieces of it and do one play when we can get back out and do it for real.
Absolutely.
I think people will love it.
Absolutely. So, guys, Surviving Williams. We're going to post the link. We're going to share all that kind of stuff. Make sure you check it out. Premiering Saturday, March the 6th. My birthday. Let me just throw that out there.
Happy
Uh,
birthday coming up.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So definitely going to be checking that out. Fred, I appreciate you so much for hanging out and sharing this new project. You know, this comes no surprise for me. If anybody has really been following your career, you know, this is no surprise that you're just branching out this way
Man,
at all.
thank you. Thank you.
All
Got
right,
to do
guys,
something
check it
different.
out. Anything else that you want to, I don't want to keep you too long. I know you got a busy day, but anything else you want to share with our listeners before we get ready to go?
That's pretty much it. I'm getting ready to do a London interview in a few seconds. And other than that, this is it. I appreciate you for having me.
All right, guys, check it out. Survivor Williams, March the 6th, this Saturday. It's the Inspirational Power Hour. Thank you, Fred.
Thank you.
It's the inspirational power hour.